Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at SPY, QQQ, and then Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Netflix, Google, and Amazon. I did a video on Tesla, Nvidia, and all other semiconductors already on my channel. Please check those out if you are interested. So, starting off with SPY, but before that I also want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. Please do your own thing. I'm just sharing here my opinion. Alright. So S&P 500, the red line that I provided you, this horizontal 524 and 68 cents, we have gotten back above it, right? That was a very significant area that if SPY could have held itself above that, we would have still been away from the harm's way of potentially this turning into head and shoulder, right? And then if we would have broken this 200 days moving average, then, well, yeah, market would have just gone quite much lower. Now, are we all now out of the woods now? We don't have to worry about that much more disaster to the downside potential of that. Is that the case? Let's take a look at all of that, right? So what I want to also show you is first take you to the weekly interval. And what are we seeing on the weekly interval is we are above 20 weeks moving average. That's a good sign. But most importantly, this getting above this 524 and closing the week above this level was very important, 525.77 cents. I do want to emphasize that always be cautious in the market, right? As soon as if we lose this level anytime, and here's the thing, now I can actually remove this red line. I have a significant level behind that already. If any time we now lose 524, there is still a problem though, all right? The reason is that it's a strong recovery, right? And this is what I have been talking about, that there's this pivot forming, even though this pivot is not very apparent on the daily interval, but on the 4 hours, yes. It is very apparent pivot, and SPY is still holding this pivot. So it's a good sign. We are still in the upside momentum, but be cautious, all right? If anytime we again start to lose 524, there will be again a problem. So what we have to do is now, at least what we want to see in the price action. So let's go to the hourly interval. Now it all comes down to, can SPY finally get above 200 hours moving average? At least from Monday, this is the zone you are watching. If it gets above it, great. If anytime it starts to reject at here and gets below 20 hours moving average and gets below 533, at least for the intraday, some downside is possible. And then we have to see if it continues to hold these pivots that it's forming. But if we lose like the next level 527, then definitely 524. And losing that, as I said, is again a problem in the world of SPY, right? We are again breaking below that particular structure. So just keep in mind. So yes, until 524, if that sell-off comes, that could be an intraday play. But then on the overall structure, you are watching if it forms a pivot here. And if it does, we are still good enough. But if we lose 524, we have a problem. All right. And this is in perspective of as a bull I'm talking. And if you're a bear, just do the vice versa of just about asset, right? Just reverse that analogy. QQQ. Now QQQ has, so again for this it was very important to get above 448 and 75 cents, and this is where if we can get above it, we will be fine. Now the problem is that here, yes, there's still a problem here. One candle is not sufficient for me, because anytime at this point, if we lose 442, we have lost this pivots, and then we're gonna come down, and then we'll see if 200 days moving average holds. But that will be like quite a deeper sell-off, and we don't know what would happen then, right? But that would be that. So 448 and 53 cents above this, it's a good sign. But since we are going in the downtrend, this is an intraday rebounds coming. We still have this strong resistance holding at this level of 460. So even though we are forming these pivots, higher highs, higher lows here, and getting above those levels, I would only touch it intraday right now, nothing more than that. And for intraday, it's very similar to SPY. If we can stay above 448, gets above 200 hours moving average, eventually that's a good sign. If we reject at 200 hours moving average, start to break this level again, 440 to the downside, at least intraday cool off may start to come, and then you are watching 442 and 95 cents. And if we break below, lose below that, then whole problem is going to come again happening, right? So that's that. That's QQQ. And now let's, well, oh, sorry, Tesla, I did a video already on this, guys. Check it out on my channel. Let's take a look at Microsoft. So Microsoft is not fully out of the harm's way. Some intraday rebounds are coming. Can this be a strong rebound or the pivot? So let's go to the 4 hours interval. It's going to be again more apparent there. Is this a higher pivot? Is it confident, good full of confidence pivot that can we trust this pivot? It's a confident pivot enough that for the intraday it can be trusted, but nothing more than that. With Microsoft, what I would suggest, if anytime we lose 404 to the downside, there is no point in playing it long. All right, below this is still just a downside play. We are still in the downtrend technically on Microsoft overall structure. If we can get above 200 days moving average, which we are almost there, then the next level is 410. We do have a strong hanging pivots here, and the next level is 417. That's what I would like to say for now. Even after getting above 200 days moving average, right now I'm just not seeing that price action that tells me that it's very strong rebound that we may turn bullish. It may start to continue to go up and continue to go up level by level, but as if I can say, oh yes guys, it's full on back again bullish now. Structure will have to just trade it into these rebounds to the upside above like 410, getting above, eventually if we get above 200 hours moving average. If anytime we reject a hair again, and if we reject at 410, that will just may continue to sell off and may go even like, and once we lose the levels like 404 to the downside, then it's just, again, we are continuing downside. So with Microsoft, there's a possibility, but right now the strength, I'm just not seeing that big of a strength. But again, level by level, it all comes down to as if we can get above 200 days moving average and then get above 410, that will be a good rebound though. If that rebound comes, any sell-off most likely will be bought back up eventually, and then we'll see if that turns into an overarching, continuation to the upside. But that may take a while before that type of price action happens. So for the strength, for the long-term upside, I need to see some strong combinations of candles here. Otherwise, no. All right. Then only trade with the levels, rebounds or whatnot, level by level, or fail to the downside level by level if you are bearish. Apple. So Apple held that trend line that I have been talking about. Is a very critical, important trend line. We had a breakout above this with a strong green candle, and with the pivots down there, still holding that strong. It's staying above that. Now, it has also taken out the previous pivot of 214. So yes, level by level is going in a strong rebound. Now what, right? Now it's also above 200 hours moving average. So at least for the intraday, if Apple can stay above 214.64 cents, above this is just a bullish play. If we lose this, some cool off may start to come again to 211. That's pretty much it with Apple, guys. Meta. So Meta continues its uptrend. It looks strong as well. And this thing just came down to 200 days moving average. That was it. And yeah, got above this blue box. Pretty much after this, it was just bullish, right? And yeah, it's just still bullish. It's very strong. And if we take a look at the hourly interval, what are the levels to watch, or what are the structural changes to watch? Yeah, Meta, as long as it stays above 510, any pullback on this needs to be taken just as bullish. You can see on lower time frame wherever price action starts to hold. Until 510, bulls are fine. Below this, yes, there could be cool off that may come. And I don't know how much cool off that will come. We'll have to take level by level and watch the price action. But the next level to watch would be around this area then, 504. And if we start to lose that as well, then blue box down there. And that's, again, going into the choppiness, right? So that's Meta. Netflix, but yeah, Meta is strong. Netflix also changed pretty much the structure, guys. So we got all these downside plays, and then this thing finally, after rejecting twice at this level, 621 is the one that I was talking about. And with Netflix, you'll have to, if you have access to my tools, you might have to a little bit do the medium here on the levels, because it's just too congested over there. So all right, so yeah guys, with Netflix, the thing is that this level that I was talking about previously, 624 to 629, is the level where when it came back, even though it was rejecting, right, multiple times, but what it didn't do is then continued lower. It didn't break the body lower part of the previous candle. What it did is just got out of the blue box, got out above the 20 days moving average, got out above this 624 area, which pretty much turned it bullish again. Now, yes, Netflix above this level of 624 from here is just an upside play. Below this, below this cool off may come, but we'll have to see. Most likely there will be a pivot here, but for that, let's go to the hourly interval. And yeah, for that, you can see how well it found again the support at 200 hours moving average on the bottom of our box. Yeah, if we lose 624, definitely you have to be again careful. Things may go level by level to the downside. As long as we are above this blue box zone, we are still technically on the overall structure on Netflix bullish. Google. So Google is trying to bounce, but the structure hasn't really turned in its own entirety bullish. This is the pretty much the level, 163.97 cents. Above this is only we are taking out the previous pivots, and then only some upside we can talk about more. But that's the level to watch, even for intraday, 163.97 cents. If let's say we can't get above this level but stay above 160, you can still be hopeful. But anything if we break below 160 and 20 cents area, there is no point in being hopeful as a bull. Amazon. So Amazon trying to rebound, but still staying below 200 days moving average. Technically, structure on this hasn't really changed. This is just intraday rebound coming, and it's a good intraday rebounds actually. So yeah, on the hourly interval, and that's what I have been saying, that you can just trade this trend right into these rebounds. And at this point, if Amazon can continue to stay above 165 and 78 cents until this level, it can still be tried to be traded to the upside back again to the 200 hours moving average. If we break below 165 and 78 cents, then we are coming down to 160. Unfortunately, that's the level. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, that's already high intraday depth level. And on Amazon, let me do the other level also high. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, if we lose 165 and 70 cents area, we might come down to 160 and 55. And yeah, that cents area. Otherwise, above this, it can still continue higher. But the next big move, I would expect only after, only after this 200 days moving average to the upside. It's very important if you want to see a massive upside on Amazon. Otherwise, structure hasn't really changed. If you start to see continual rejection here and we start to lose the level to the downside, it's a play to the downside. Alrighty guys, that's it for this video. And if you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next videos guys. Take care. Bye.